offense.
Shameless shout-outs coming up in moments. Yeah, he had JT O'Sullivan at 5 wide, empty backfields getting cracked that year.
You got to go back and look at the stats on the JT O'Sullivan experience. I thought it was better than it was. It was bad.
It was very bad.
Just turnovers.
Well, quarterback
He's
school.
also now quarterback expert.
Yeah, quarterback school.
Actually, it's one of my favorite things on
It
the
is a
internet.
good one, but it's
he
like,
also understands who he was as a player.
And that, as long as you understand
Yes.
that, we can roll.
Mike Martz thinks he invented football.
Yeah, but it's like you won with Dick. You got to the Super Bowl with Dick Vermeil's team. All right, that was Dick Vermeil's team, and you still blew it against Belichick. David, SoCal, what's happening?
What's up, David?
What's going on, guys? First time caller, long time listener. Love the show.
Appreciate that.
Happy birthday, Bonte.
Thank you,
man.
man.
Honestly, I feel the vibe, like Shasky said, man. Something about this team this year.
I know.
I mean, obvious. It's the quarterback, man. I'm telling you, this guy. Last year with Jimmy, I just did not. It just always felt like rushed. It didn't feel like it was well planned, thought out. With Brock, he sees it first read, boom, he goes for it. The spin move that he made against the Steelers, and when he went in that scramble drill, it just put me at ease for this year. And I don't know. It's something about this guy, man. He just keeps the Niner fans just cool, calm, collected. And honestly, man, I just feel it this year. Something's different.
Yeah, it is different. I do feel it.
I feel it too.
I feel it. When Fred Warner did what he did to Najee Harris, and then shout out Doug Henderson, he represents Najee. We talked about that play. It was a rough play for Najee. It was. Just it is what it is.
Spewing so many small details right now. I love it.
It is what it is, right? Brandon Ayuk coming out there catching 8 passes on 8 targets. And we were at the fight night, Olympic Club Foundation. And Ryan and his crew were like, who's it going to be this week, Bonte? Is it going to be Debo? I said, that's a great thing about this offense. We just don't know. It starts with McCaffrey. He's going to set the tone. It may be Debo. It may be Kittle. Hell, one day it may be Ray McLeod. It may be a Ronnie Bell day. It may be a George Kittle day. That's the beauty of this offense. There's so many weapons. I'm telling you guys, instead of we're focusing on this team. They're going to score with Philadelphia. They can score in that defense. All right? You pass protect that D-line. The secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles is overrated. They're banged up. Their linebackers suck. I'll say that. Eagles linebackers suck. We get to the second level, it's going to be lights out on them. Trust me.
Montez Sweat was pretty sweet last night.
Their D-line is nasty. They are nasty. We're going to have to figure out that right side of the offensive line. They do worry me. Shameless shout-outs, 888-957-9570. I can't wait till Sunday, Shasky.
I know. I got this feeling Niners win by 2 touchdowns.
You know what? I think it's going to be a blowout. I do, too. And it's time to run it up. I want to see Shanahan say, you know what? Let's pay. I don't forget McVay running down to the end zone and celebrating with Tyler Higbee. That's still there. And I get the hate from McVay. I do. Those jokers stole something from us. It was so hard was that one of the hardest Super Bowls to watch, Shasky?
Oh,
Bengals, Rams.
Hands down.
That was one of the most painful Super Bowls to watch.
If I were ranking them, I don't know. I go back and forth. Giants versus the Patriots.
Oh.
When Mario Manningham caught that pass after the 2011 NFC Championship game, and that one. Those are the 2 hardest ones. And then also Seahawks. That one was hard.
Oh, my God.
Peyton Manning. I'd never rooted harder for Peyton Manning in my life. First snap over his head. I go, oh, my God.
Yeah, it's over. Safety? Yeah, you knew it was done.
Kidding me.
You knew it was done.
You got to be kidding me.
Mike Rotunda. Because we hadn't had a blowout in the Super Bowl in a while. And I was like, when that happened, I actually was like, hey, with Phillies, I said, we're due for a blowout. We are due for a blowout.
It was so hard to watch.
It was
that one, and then look at Stafford no look pass over the middle. Woo! Look at Aaron Donald getting all of his praise.
Well,
and Aaron, I might not want to come back. It's like, no, Aaron, you want $100 million.
Yeah, don't lie.
Sean McVay, I might go to Amazon Prime.
Marco Farr said it yesterday. Yeah, he thought about it for a couple of days. It's like, yeah, I need to come back. Mike Rotunda, I love this. Steve Spurrier, those fools. 77-10.
Steve Spurrier,
because when Steve Spurrier was out in Florida, they were throwing the ball up 50-6.
Danny Werfel,
dude, they were throwing it up. And you know what? I got no problem with that anymore.
I do get a kick out of the old ball coach.
Yeah, didn't you love it when he ran it up?
I love Spurrier.
I hated him. I hate those Florida teams. They were sick. Though.
I loved him in South Carolina.
Well, Boughton Spurrier, legit.
He's a big golfer.
He is a golfer.
Yeah.
Spurrier. All right,
And
let's
he
go.
wears the high crown visor,
Yeah, he
similar
does.
to my guy in Georgia.
Yeah.
See,
Kirby Smart.
the low visor, the one Sean Payton wears and Josh McDaniels wears, that's major, douche vibes. When you wear the high crown visor, major Southern vibes.
Yep. Real quick, early shout out here. Early shout out, 650 Xfinity Mobile text line. Shout out to Sacred Heart Prep Girls Flag Football Team.
Oh.
They beat the Young. They beat Menlo School. They beat Menlo
Nice.
School. Go Gators. Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Larry, San Francisco. Then we'll get the Rhea Lancaster.
Hey,
We'll
Larry.
line them up for shameless shout-outs coming up. 745 shameless shout-outs, 888-957-9570. Larry, what's happening?
Good morning. First, I want to give a shout out to you. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Okay, with that,
Thank you, Larry.
my worst defeat to the Rams was when they beat us that the year before last and they got to that Super Bowl. But my favorite play by the Niners beating the Rams when Ronnie Lott made that incredible play when he knocked the ball away. It looked like a short touchdown. And somebody, one of you guys brought us something about that Lawrence McCutcheon. I could not stand that dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He would beat the Niners, man, every single time they gave him the ball. With that, I'm out. Happy birthday, my man.
Hey, man, thank you, Larry. Dude, Lawrence McCutcheon thought he was Deion Sanders. It's like, no, you're not that guy, pal.
Trey Bly also thought he was
That
Deion
team
Sanders.
was so arrogant. Oh, I couldn't stand the greatest show on turf. Oh, I couldn't stand them.
They were good, though. London Fletcher, I had tremendous respect for.
Yeah, no, his story.
I had tremendous respect
His story,
for
he
him.
had like $6 to his day when he tried out for the Rams.
He's one of
I respect him.
Yeah, and he undersized, played forever.
I do respect him.
Yeah, I got love for him.
Marshall Faulk was really good.
I feel like Michael Brockers was a Ram for 15 years.
I remember inside the NFL when the Niners had beat the Rams, Garrison Hurst was running all over them. But then the second game, then Rams had beat the Niners. Remember the first play of the game, Garcia overshot T.O. Wide open right down the field up in St. Louis. The first game, the Niners rolled him. And Bob Costas, he was doing the interview with Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. Right after that, Niners lost at Candlestick Park. And Marshall Faulk, this is how I knew. I was like, oh, this rivalry is real. Marshall Faulk can't stand the 49ers because obviously he grew up in New Orleans. Niners beating up on the Saints all those years. And I remember he took his lavalier mic off, slammed it, and walked off the interview. Like, he couldn't stand losing to the 49ers. And I was like, oh, okay, that's how they feel about us. Well, we need to turn this thing up. We need to turn this up. So, weird memory. I don't know why I remember that. But
Well, I remember when Mark Bolger subbed in, and then Jamie Martin subbed in, and they still beat us. And there's a lot of frustration when they took our gold pants. I hated that particular era of Rams football.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I remember
my
when they
gosh.
would wear like the white tops with the gold pants.
Oh, yeah. They were nice.
It looked like Notre Dame.
It wasn't Ramsey, right?
No, it was not Rams.
Now they're wearing white this week. What are you wearing? White and blue
Well,
pants
it's
or white
probably
and yellow?
the bone.
Gosh.
You can't call anything white now. It's got to be like off-white, cream, some shade. It's got to be a shade. Vanilla bean.
Same old sorry-ass Rams. That's what I want to say after Sunday at around 4 o'clock. Let's go to Rhea. Let's go to Lancaster. Rhea and Lancaster. Lancaster's, how far is that away from L.A.?
I'm an hour and I think like 30, 45 from SoFi.
So I know you're going to be at SoFi on Sunday.
I looked up tickets. I was going to go, but I got a Cowboy fan in my life, so he didn't want me to go.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
But happy birthday to you, Bunte.
Thank you.
I just want to say how fired up I am. I'm going to have everything I can possibly have on, shirt, hat, socks, whatever. I'm going to will my boys to victory. I need the faithful in SoFi Stadium to be loud, put them on silent count. I've been a candlestick for a Rams game. I went to Anaheim when they were in Anaheim to a 49er Rams game. I don't like the Rams. And I remember how I felt walking out of that stadium on January 30th, 2022. I was angry. Okay? So I need us to beat them down.
I like that.
On Sunday.
I need that passion. Rhea, you just brought it. The pain that we felt in January 2022. I want y'all to think about that on Sunday. That doesn't go away until we get what's ours, and that's a Lombardi. That's a Lombardi. That's what the season's all about. We know that. We don't have to talk about it every day. We know when we strap up on Sundays and we strap up on Mondays and we strap up on Thursdays, we know what the end game is. When you got premium players like this and you got a roster like this, you got a front seven, and you got a head coach who's in his bag right now because he feels like he has a quarterback that he can trust in Brock Purdy. We know what the end game is, but that pain, we know what it was like walking out that stadium. We know what that flight was like. We know what that drive was like. We know what that Monday was like. And we know what it was like watching them beat the Bengals at SoFi Stadium for that Super Bowl. That was our Super Bowl. That was our year. And they stole it from us.
I think the big difference from last week versus Seattle versus this week against the Niners for the Rams, you're not going to be able to sit back into that pocket and be able to deliver the ball down the field. I just think that they're going to bring some heat from that front four. And I'm very interested to see if Wilkes dials up anything exotic. He didn't have to last week. It was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. I think this one's going to be a little more balanced in that first half, but I expect Bosa to be better. I expect the other two guys, Armstead and Hargraves, to continue what they did last week. I think we're gonna really turn them one-dimensional.
Yeah, and that's going to work out into our favor. Because they didn't really run the ball well last week against Seattle. I mean, Cam Akers had 22 carries, 29 yards.
I mean, they stayed
averaged
committed
Sterling,
to it.
what was it, 2.3 yards a carry or something like that?
Yeah.
They'll quit on the run game against the Niners. Now, they'll try to run the ball against the Niners. They have success early on. Their opening drives, they always seem to score against the Niners on their opening drives or move the football. But the Niners adjust. They adjust, and they start smacking them in the mouth. I hope Steve Wilkes doesn't have to blitz much. Offensively, I expect the Niners to be able to run the ball against them. They have success against Aaron Donald and running the ball against them.
No doubt. I also expect Deebo Samuel to set the tone early and often in this game. He's always traditionally kicked the crap out of the Rams.
How do you prepare for a guy like Deebo Samuel, a unique player? How do you game plan for a guy like that?
Who?
Deebo Samuel.
Who's that?
The receiver.
They did a lot of good things as far as, reverses and things like that. He just made some good plays today.
Remember that when we're kicking the Rams' ass. Remind them, Deebo, who you are. Let them know who you are. Give them one of these. When he pointed at the back of his jersey. Hey, Aaron, you see this name? You know who that is? That's what I want. We need more rivalries in sports. We need more hate in sports.
I'm with you.
I love we need beef. That's
I need less Red Sox Yankees on my television, but everybody else can
still
start
them on, except they're both out of it, right?
I know, but ESPN just keeps putting it on.
Oh my gosh!
It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's
I get it. Everyone there works at is from Boston or New York. I get it. We know
baseball, and again, 5 minutes, shameless shout outs. But again, baseball, grow your game. The Baltimore Orioles have a young, fun team. How about air more of their games? What about Texas and Toronto playing this week? Air more of those games that mean something. Yankees they're boring too. Yankee fans got to be sick right now. Verducci, El Dorado Hills. Verducci, what's happening?
What's going on, fellas? Bonte, happy birthday, my brother. For some reason, when I found out it was your birthday today, I flipped it back to the pandemic when you were in that Hugh Hefner robe. And I just felt like today, baby, you were probably up early with Anna, just smoking the stogie, baby, had in the club 50 Cent. It's your birthday, baby. So happy birthday. Thank you for all that you do. Now, about the game, I just came out to pick up basketball out here in El Dorado Hills. And, Chapter, you have me fired up. I remember the day when we lost that game. My wife had her friend come in right when the Niners had lost. And I said, just go down the block. I need to decompress. I had a Charles Haley going on. This week, I don't want a petty no fool, baby. We're not petty no fools. We are running it down their throats. And the thing is, let me tell you something. It was against Pittsburgh, we didn't have to show off Kittle. We didn't have to show anything dynamic on defense. And the other thing, we saw Drake Jackson come alive. We are going to just sit there, run it, throw it right down their throats, and go ahead, baby. I want them to go ahead and run it down their throats and give it to them 77-10. Let me tell you something. With those fans out there, they sit there and pretend that they're true faithful like our 49ers. It's going to be a 70-30 ratio there this week. So Niner Nation, get up on your feet, show up, and make it a home game, baby. Let's go, and happy birthday, Bonte.
Verducci. A lot of heat there. A lot of heat got me fired up. He got me fired up. He's got me sweating right now. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the AC